Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, accompanied by my beautiful lady here, Zombie Huesitos, and we are here to regale you with another bare bones movie review. Yes, no fancy editing, no special effects, no storyline, just me and you and Zombie Huesitos talking about movies that I saw recently. Yes, since I am back in the land of the living and able to physically touch my physical copies of my physical media for my physical movies, I was in the mood to watch a couple of them. Indeed, and of course, share them out with you and my thoughts on these movies that I watched. So we already had your zombie movies. I was in the mood for a zombie movie, and we had Rec 3, Genesis. Oh wait, no, that's a horrible Terminator one. Rec 3, Genesis. I was in the mood for a creature feature, and we had Tremors. And I was also in the mood for a little bit of chaos, a little bit of the true evil in the world. Man! Oh, yes, you human beings are despicable. And the basely lowness that you can reach is really quite disturbing. So I was in the mood of something like that. So I wanted to watch The Purge. Oh boy, for a while there I thought North America was actually going to fall into something similar to this. Thank goodness that didn't happen. But we have The Purge, Anarchy, aka what would happen if the Punisher ran around during The Purge. Now, this is the sequel to The Purge, which was this kind of basic home invasion movie that has that chick from Game of Thrones and 300, and I think it's Ethan Hawke. I always get him confused with the other guy that was in Halloween H2O and 30 Days of Night, but I'm pretty sure it was Ethan Hawke. And it's just this home invasion movie, but the concept is very interesting. For you see, in this alternate world, the Founding Fathers, which was a political group, I think, came into power, and they're like, hey people, are you frustrated? Do you have a lot of bent rage that you need to let out? Well, we got the solution. For one day a year, we're going to make crime legal. You can kill, you can maim, you can do other questionable things, and it's A-OK. Now, there's no medical services, no police, nothing like that, so you can go crazy. And that way you get all your madness out, and the crime will go down, the hunger will go down, because there's less people. So Thanos was right. And have at it. Have a good time, old chap. So that's what they do. They came into power and they unleashed the Purge. And the first one is set during that time where these group of no well-doers are hunting a homeless man, and the homeless man takes refuge in Ethan Hawke and the lady from Game of Thrones' house, and the home invasion aspect happens. But it's not really that interesting. The concept is interesting, but the movie itself is not. And then they were like, we want this, we can make something out of this, and then they released The Purge Anarchy, which I have here in a very nice slipcover. Shiny, you see. Always a fan of slipcovers that have a gimmick, and this one's shiny. And this is, it's a sequel. Well, I guess it could be a different year, but whatever. It's set during a Purge event. But this one, it really does seem like they took into account what people didn't like about the first one, and the element of these concept that they came up with, and they're like, let's go balls to the walls crazy and toss in the Punisher, cause why not? He's not really, of course, the Punisher, but the guy really does feel like the Punisher in this one. The concept is that the Purge is happening, and you follow this group of people that are not going to participate in the Purge. You have this young married couple that's going through some relationship problems, as you do, and they're thinking of separating, but they're, like idiots that they are, they decided to get groceries a few hours before the Purge. This thing has been happening for a while. You would think they would have everything stocked up, and not risk being purged. But they're not the brightest of people. So they're stuck all during the purge. And then you also follow this waitress and her daughter that are about to be taken advantage of by this drunk motherfucker. And then shit happens. And then you have, I think it's Mark Grillo. I know his last name is Grillo. He played Crossbones in the Avengers movies. And he's the guy that I feel was channeling Frank Castle, because he's gearing up to purge someone that in a drunk accident killed his son. And he's like, oh, you motherfucker. Oh, I'm gonna get me some revenge. You took my boy. You took my boy. And I'm gonna go Frank Castle on your ass. And he makes his car like armored. Yeah, really kick-ass car. Again, looks like the Punisher's car, the Tom and Jane version of the Punisher. Decked out his car. That's what this guy has. He has a bulletproof vest, a black jacket. Again, really channeling Frank Castle. And he has all his guns like, oh, baby, I'm going to get me some purging on this fucker that took my boy. And that's what happens. And somehow these white young couple, the daughter and the mom waitress and Frank Castle, again, not called Frank Castle, come together and are trying to survive this series of events. Because even though not Frank Castle is going to purge, he still is a good man, and he doesn't want innocent people being purged. But then you discover that more elements are coming out, that the Founding Fathers are like, this whole thing was just to keep poor people, get rid of the poor people, and make a life better for us rich people, which honestly, I could, this is going to sound weird, but I can see you wanting, because again, Thanos was right, get rid of the population, and then you'll have more resource for everyone. But these rich fuckers don't seem to think ahead. If they do get rid of the poor, are the rich fuckers gonna mow their own lawn and do their own housework? Who's gonna work the farms? Who's gonna do retail? It's kind of stupid. But again, rich people aren't well known for thinking ahead. And they do have that political statement where there's rich fuckers hire people to abduct people to purge. Like, you lazy fuckers, you don't even do it yourself. You hire other people. What are you going to do when the purge gets rid of the people that you're hiring to abduct the people that you're going to purge? What are you going to do then, you fucking dumbasses? But yes, and you also have this revolutionary group that wants to stop the purge, because honestly, it's a stupid idea to get rid of the poor. Idiots! Get rid of the homeless, but leave the middle class. Think! Anyway, yes, it does follow a really cool moments with Mark Grillo. I really am blanking on his name. Again, I only remember that Grillo is his last name. And it really looks like he's channeling Frank Castle, because he has this really badass moment where everyone gets abducted. For again, rich fuckers, they're too lazy to purge, and they're doing like, auctions. So like, well, we have these white people that are not as rich as us, so how much are you going to pay to purge them? And you have these people like, well, I will pay $1 million. And that's what they have, night vision goggles and everything. And not Frank Castle's like, oh, you motherfuckers, you don't know who you done messing with. And he takes them out, and then chaos ensues, and it's glorious because there's all this bullets and gunfights and everything. And I'm like, I'm digging this, let me tell you, indeed. But this movie really bangs a lot on the concept of the Purge, which is a great improvement to the first one. You can really see what all the shit craziness that happens in the Purge. And again, personally for me, seeing not Frank Castle own these rich fuckers, and even the other people that are purging, is a lot of fun. I had so much fun watching not Frank Castle pwn these stupid rich fuckers, indeed. Ha ha ha. And it made for a really good sequel, in my opinion, with the Purge election year. The first Purge, not so good. And I didn't see the TV show for the Purge. And I'm still missing to see the Forever Purge, where that one they like just gave up on the concept because in Purge election year, there's this politician that wants to stop the Purge, and apparently she's successful, and they stop the Purge, but in the Forever Purge, people are like, fuck no, we're not going to stop purging, and they keep purging, even though it's no longer legal. So, like, just gave up on the concept. But Purge Anarchy and Purge Election Year are the best of the entries in this series, at least to me. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. Did you also think that this Grillo actor was heavily channeling Frank Castle? Let me know. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Yes, I had a lot of fun with this one. I had a lot of fun with all 3 movies. But we got one more movie that I watched that I'm going to share with you, so stay tuned for that. But until we see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabro, accompanied by my beautiful gal pal, Zombie Wasitos, wishing you all, like always, a good evening.